From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
The president is about to go live in a live press conference about your $1,400 third stimulus check. If that live video starts during this recording, I'll cut to that president's live delivering message. Meantime, $1,400 third stimulus checks are landing in mailboxes. Yes. Viewers are now reporting $1,400 third stimulus checks showing up in mailboxes yesterday, Thursday. More today is Friday as well. Elsewhere, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits now show pending status, some of them, for that Direct Express card delivery of the $1,400 third stimulus check. I'll have that update as well. Meantime, a new message from the White House, a video that expresses concerns because the timelines are slightly different than a video just days earlier. Of that detail. Then a new video from the Federal Reserve warning people to be careful about new security things online. Elsewhere, new video from the White House about fighting the pandemic. A statement from IRS about what to do if you're missing a third stimulus check of $1,400. And of course, that live video about to hit. I'll detail it if it goes live when I'm here. From across the land, millions are awaiting that $1,400 third stimulus check in their bank account. And could it land still later today or tomorrow morning? The excitement starts as Afternoons LA gets underway right now. As we go in the late afternoon, millions of Americans still have not received their $1,400 third stimulus check. But it could still land later today and tomorrow, and of course, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But what is the breaking details coming from MetaBank, also Direct Express card, and also the breaking details for some consumers for paper checks? How are you? It's a great afternoon, and I will certainly cut back to the live video from the White House if it happens. They're currently waiting for the president to deliver a live recording. I'll be cutting to that if it happens during this recording. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me for Afternoons LALATE. How are you? It's a big day, and you made it to the weekend. Congratulations. How you doing? Pretty good? Good? Don't worry if you've not received the stimulus check. That's been one of the real big messages I've been delivering to viewers of this channel, and the other viewers have been sharing it with one another. Do not worry. It's coming. It's coming. Help is on the way, and that's the message the president's about to tell the American people in just a few minutes. Help is on the way. One viewer, Teresa, said earlier today, don't worry. I got mine today. LA, tell viewers, don't worry. It's coming. I got mine today, she said. Got it on Green Dot. Green Dot was one of the ones that paid early and then didn't pay for a while, and then some viewers got it. And then another person, Walmart card as well. So don't worry. And then the breaking details. Yes. First, viewers are starting to see the paper checks land since yesterday. Wow. And what about this Direct Express pending status that's starting to pop up here and there? Yes, that's exciting as well. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this video. I don't want you to miss a single recording. I'll be recording tomorrow as well because guess what? More accounts could post available funds tomorrow. Really exciting news. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings, and you've been doing a great job. Let's see if we can get to 2,000 to 3,000 likes in this video. A lot of things happening, and if you want to become a member, consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and in the pinned comment. And you're going to want that membership link. I have a copy of that IRS statement for members, of course. That's important because if you're wondering, that's not the IRS website, it's this one. If you're wondering where your stimulus check is, you shouldn't be contacting IRS to fix it. And the big news, if you did not hear yesterday, IRS is trying to fix things a lot. And so they have extended your personal tax return filing date from April 15th to May 15th. All right, let's get to the details right now. $1,400 third stimulus checks were sent out for electronic disbursements a week ago today. The day earlier, Thursday, it became law. So all those disbursements by electronic means were sent out. They're not being done in waves. It was only one wave. Second, We had heard earlier this week that the paper checks went out. Well, they did, because viewers have now reported getting paper checks, and some of them were people who are not expecting a paper check. More about that in a second. So those paper checks are arriving in the mail. I have yet to see a viewer who has received it by debit card. Here's what a debit card envelope looks like. More about that later in this recording. I don't want you to miss anything that's happening. And finally, more deposits could happen tomorrow. So it's currently about 2 o'clock on the West Coast. You may be in the Midwest, or you may be you may be in Hawaii or Alaska, or you may be on the East Coast. But depending on what time zone you're on, you could still see deposits post today, Friday. In some parts of the country, the banking hours are still not done for the day. That's the good news. Second good news is that deposits could post tomorrow. Yes, because the way money works is that any bank that receives money by a Friday can make the funds available on a Saturday. Well, in the case of direct deposit, they received the funds last Friday, and they've just decided, well, you know what? Yeah, there is that great news as well. And then if you don't see it post Saturday, it would not post Sunday. Sunday is not a day to post something because they cannot clear funds Saturday night. They would next clear them on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So, throughout the day, there's been a lot of strange stories, narratives, some gossipy, and it may, sometimes gossip is true. So let me go over all the details and tell you what's true and not true. First, that people on benefits don't get stimulus checks, untrue. People who are children don't get stimulus checks, also untrue. People on benefits get stimulus checks last, also untrue. People who are veterans get stimulus checks before SSI, also untrue. That the IRS tool is reliable, very untrue. Throughout the day, I have been referring to the Get My Stimulus tool at IRS.GOV as the Get My Blood Pressure Up tool. Why? Because it absolutely does not work. And whatever information it provides is usually wrong, or what lack of information it provides usually has only one impact, and that's getting your blood pressure up because it's wrong information. So don't use that tool. Finally, there has been some strange gossipy stories which might be right. One gossipy story says that Direct Express cards will make funds available on Tuesday. Interesting. Another gossipy story says the funds will be available on the 24th. Also gossipy. Very interesting. Maybe that will happen. Another gossipy story is that the funds will be available on when you get your monthly benefits. That's also very peculiar because it's not true. Your benefits would not come the same day your stimulus comes. And even if they did, one has nothing to do with the other. So here's what we know at the moment is that deposits can clear at different times at different banks, and even can clear at the same bank for different people on different hours and different days. Let me go over all the equations because people don't usually tell you things like this. First, you could have $1,400 landing in one bank and being available that day, but landing in another bank and not being available for a few days. Unclear why. Number two, you could have funds appearing in one bank for one person on one day, but not available at that same bank for another person. Why? A lot of different reasons are at play. One is sometimes banks have different policies based upon the activity of the account. So let's say you receive the $14 stimulus check, but your account just doesn't have a lot of activity in general. Well, this may be seen as a very big deposit. Other people may have a lot of activity on their account. They're always, shopping online with that account, and they're buying and selling and, buying this, and they deposits their monthly payment checks. And it just shows a lot of activity. They may clear the $1,400 very quickly. Also, understand the $1,400 is not an instrument that an account may have seen recently. There's a difference between people who are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and rural benefits, and people who are not, because you may be depositing checks all the time from the federal government, and someone usually may not. Someone who's in their 20s may not usually deposit the federal government checks. The account may think, what is this? These are the bank accounts that have cleared funds so far. They are Citizens, PNG, Bancorp, Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People's United Bank, US Bank, PMC, Capital One, also UAA, excuse me, I messed that up, USAA, Union Bank, Metabank, America, Amex Bluebird, Navy Federal, also Chase, Wells, and Bank America, and H&R Block, Green Apple Card. What you need to know is that you're going to get a direct deposit if one of three things have happened in your life. One, you got the first stimulus check by direct deposit. Two, you receive your monthly benefits on SSI, SSDI into a bank account, or whether it's checking or savings like a Bank America. Or number three, you filed your 2020 tax return early enough that IRS has processed that tax return and updated your bank account. I've had that happen with viewers of this channel. They updated their accounts and the funds were there. They landed about St. Patrick's Day or the day after. Now, here's what you need to know about timelines. The Federal Reserve, the White House, everyone has timelines. But what did the White House say earlier this week? Well, the White House said stimulus checks will land within 10 days. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. And we're going to do a lot of stuff, and don't worry because help is on the way. Well, help was not on the way for some people. And the question was, when would it land? The president released a message earlier today, and during that message, he spoke about the need for relief. The message was, we need to get vaccinated, and we got those vaccinated. Let's see how that message was different to this message on Tuesday. This was the president's message on Tuesday to the American people.
We're going to reach two goals in the next 10 days. 100 million shots in people's arms. 100 million shots. And 100 million checks of $1,400 or more in people's pockets within the next 10 days. We're on the way. Help is on the way.
That was the president's message early in the week. And then the president lifted this message this morning. This was his message. Looks like the same video, but it's not. Now he talks about tomorrow. Let's listen in.
Tomorrow, we're going to hit a very important milestone that I promised. 100 million shots of vaccine in people's arms. So when you get your opportunity, get the vaccine. Get the shot. It's critically important.
That was that message. And then the White House had another message, and that message was he had reached this goal today, not yesterday, nor not tomorrow. Sound a little confusing? It is. Let's see that message from the White House this morning.
State of the pandemic update from Dr. Walensky, and Dr. Fauci will highlight the latest science. But first, I want to start with the important announcement the president made yesterday. We reached our 100 million shots goal in just 58 days, weeks ahead of schedule. Achieving this goal is a direct result of deliberate, aggressive actions guided by the president's whole of government national strategy to end the pandemic.
And there you go. Different messages, different people, and different hours. The good news is that the president's message is reassuring that $1,400 third stimulus checks will land within 10 days of when it became law. When is that? That's the middle of next week. And I see some of the comments in the room. Let me jump into the chat right now. Someone says, Alan, I called Direct Express just now. They said it had not expect payment for several more weeks. Now, this is interesting because Direct Express, if you go to their website, it says, yeah, get your stimulus check in a couple weeks from now. That's categorically untrue because Direct Express has had your money since last December. And that's not particularly clear why they are not releasing the funds when they've had them since last Friday. Why they've not released the funds since last Friday. Here's Big Baller, however. People just relax. People on SSI are getting pending statuses on Direct Express for 324. Thank you, Big Baller. And that's true. I have reported since about 2 hours ago that viewers have started to show Direct Express pending statuses for 324. I had some viewers show it pending for Monday, Tuesday, and then others for Wednesday. But 324 is a reoccurring date that has occurred for some viewers. And this is changing throughout the day. Meantime, When would you not get a stimulus check by direct deposit, even though you're expecting it? Let me go over those details right now. You would not get a direct deposit stimulus check if you filed your tax return for 2020 in late February hoping to update your account. It's too late. Second, you are dependent on someone else's tax return. This is always an important message to remind viewers, especially those on SSI and SSDI. They forget to think of the equation of, are you a dependent on someone else's tax return? If you are, they have your stimulus check, not you. And finally, it may be in a different location. We've had that occurrence all the time this week, where people were expecting it on Direct Express card or a direct deposit, and guess what? It showed up somewhere else. We had one viewer, Rocco River, who was looking for it on Direct Express card, showed up on Wells. I had another viewer said I was waiting for a direct deposit. It showed up in the mail. And that's one of the big messages I have today. More about that later in a second. Stay with me. I have more big news coming up later in this video. But the Federal Reserve had a big warning today, and the big warning is to stay very attentive to strange calls you may be getting. Let's hear what that warning was to consumers in a new video released from the Federal Reserve this afternoon.
Have you gotten a phone call supposedly from the Federal Reserve claiming that there's suspicious activity on your bank account or that there's a warrant out for your arrest? It's a scam. If you get one of these scam calls, hang up. If it's a voicemail message, do not return the call. The Fed never calls members of the general public unsolicited. There are no personal Federal Reserve bank accounts, and we certainly don't issue warrants for arrest. If you've already answered such a call and think your personal financial information has been compromised, contact your bank and local law enforcement. You can also file a complaint with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov. To find out more about this and other scams, click on the link in this post.
There's been a lot of questions across the board, and among the questions have been, what do I do for this and what do I do for that? And one of the questions someone dropped in the comments in the break was, what do I do with the amended return? IRS issued a very stern warning just a few days ago saying, do not use the amended return as a way to fix anything, whether it's a $10,200 or a missing third stimulus check. Don't do anything just yet. Thank you for those great comments. Let me jump back into the comments as well. Kim Black, I just called Comerica and got a recording saying not for a couple of weeks. Question mark. There is Adam B. That spooked me because I actually thought it was a phone ringing. Sorry about that. Another person, Penelope, said, I called Comerica. They said, you'll get a stimulus check in a couple of weeks. This is just not true. Comerica has your money. And the idea that people's stimulus checks will be on hold for weeks is very peculiar. What about non-filers, says Alicia. They should receive a paper check. Now, this is very important. The paper check is a strange dichotomy to the equation. Who's getting a paper check? Who's not getting a paper check? And how it land? I have all those details coming up, in addition to new video from the White House, including a video from Dr. Fauci. We're waiting for that live feed from the White House in which the president is set to address your stimulus. A recent video yesterday addressing third stimulus as well. And the questions about what's happening with the virus and its resurgence overseas. Is that next going to happen here? I'll have all those details for you shortly. But first, here's a commercial break that goes over the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues across the board tonight on evenings LALATE at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Of the big updates across the board, don't miss that major recording tonight at 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Then it's Hazard Pay at 7 o'clock on the West Coast, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. A lot of exciting stuff, and I hope you join me. Meantime, I'm waiting for that live feed from the White House. Let's see if the Help Is Here tour, I'm not making it up, that's what it's called, if the Help Is Here tour is about to deliver more helpful news. If it's not in this recording, it'll be in the recording right after this one. The standalone video coming up next is only about the Direct Express card and what's happening with that. Meantime, if you did not catch the major news earlier today on LA, the bond rate went up 1.7%. I had said this was going to be bad news if we went to 1.7, but the 10-year Treasury note went to 1.7 and the markets were able to live with it. The Nasdaq went down sharply, then rebounded. The Dow was up sharply and then went the other direction. So a very volatile day. But overall, nothing too much eventful. I'm going to be answering some more of your questions, and I'll be jumping into the live chat in this video in just a second, so stay with me for a second. I'll be answering some of your questions in a bit. But if you're just joining me, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. These are the banks that have paid out viewers this channel so far. Citizens Bank, PNG, Bancorp Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, I'm so sorry, People's United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank. Also that have been paying out is USAA, Union Bank, MetaBank, MX Bluebird, and Navy Federal, along with Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank America, and H&R Block Emerald Card. I've been loving the way the viewers have been interacting with one another in the chat. I saw it during the commercial break where viewers were saying to each other, don't worry, that IRS tool doesn't work. Very helpful. So someone had said, I'm using the IRS tool, it's freaking me out. And another viewer calmed them down, says the IRS tool is not helpful, don't worry. Then another viewer said, I'm worried, I'm on Direct Express card, I've seen nothing. And another viewer said, stay calm. Viewers are now starting to show pending status for that Direct Express card. That's also coming from this channel. So I'm loving how viewers are taking the information I'm imparting to you and sharing it with one another so that everyone is informed and that stress level is taken down a notch. Additionally, I'm excited that viewers understand that paper check is now the big surprise. Yes, I had warned you yesterday that paper check may be a surprise by today. I was a day late because paper check started landing yesterday. Earlier this week, the second wave of stimulus checks went out, and that second wave is paper checks. That second wave sent out paper checks, and they're starting to land in bank accounts already. Viewers of this channel have reported receiving the paper checks Thursday and also today. So, yes, if you're expecting a direct deposit of the stimulus check, do not be surprised if it shows up in the mailbox instead. Now, it's very hard to tell a viewer, despite how many times I try, who's expecting something to be in a certain place that it may be somewhere else. But that's what we learned from second stimulus. Things just don't show up the way they're supposed to show up because of the federal government. So these are the places you need to look for your stimulus check. Each bank account that you have. Next, the mailbox you got. Second, if you're attached with someone else by return or something, watch what they got as well. So husband and wife, you got a separate account, check his account, check her account, check his mailbox. Then, if you're a dependent, on someone else's return, you got to check that person, that person's mailbox, that person's bank account. If you have a payee, you got to check all those things as well with the payee. So you got to look in a lot of places because it may not be where you think it's belonging. Additionally, let's go over those time frames again. Stimulus checks for the big banks like the Bank America and the Chase, they just started paying the checks less than 2 days ago, a day and a half ago, which is the 17th. You may think, God, it's been forever. But guess what? The banks that started paying out last Friday were Chime and Cash App, not big banks. The big banks started paying out this last 24 hours, 48 hours ago. So it has not been a long time. And if you hear your bank on this list, don't worry. It's good news that they're paying out from your bank. It's too early to worry. Second, if you do bank with Comerica Direct Express card, jump into the video right after this because I will go over the latest updates on that as well, which is viewers have still not received it, but they're starting to receive pending statuses. And let me jump into the live chat right now. Anyone from Bank America? Says Mar Mendea. Thank you, Mar Mendea, for your comment. Yes, some people from Bank America have received a stimulus check. Let's go to the next comment. There's Chris Kazi. Will I get it on my Turbo card? I got my first. Yes. So some viewers have got it on their TurboTax card. Others are still pending. Great question. Thank you for your comment. Direct Express. David said, don't use them. Christine says, LA, my sister-in-law's check went to an account that isn't hers. How can I help her? I don't know. I had one viewer yesterday said they got an extra stimulus check by mistake. There's Cindy. When my sister went to look it up on the web, it said it needed more information than she got the last two. That's the get my heart rate up, get my blood pressure up IRS tool. Here it is. Get my heart rate up tool from IRS, otherwise called the get my payment tool. It doesn't work. All it does is get your heart rate up. So please don't use it. And no matter how many times it goes live, people still use it. Jason Ennerhard, I just called Direct Express and they gave me a message saying it won't be for a few weeks. Yes, that is the message du jour from Direct Express's website and their phone messages, which is wait a couple of weeks, you'll see in a couple of weeks. Play them the president's message. The stimulus checks will land within 10 days. Within 10 days, everyone will get the stimulus check and we'll reach that milestone. I promise that we will reach that milestone. Help is on the way because the help tour is on the way. The help stimulus checks will be landing in 10 days. 100 million shots
in people's arms. 100 million shots. And 100 million checks of $1,400 or more in people's pockets within the next 10 days. We're on the way.
We're on the way. Well, someone should put that on. Someone should get that on their cell phone. It might be helpful. How about Citibank? Elizabeth, yes, some viewers have gotten payment from Citibank. Give it a little bit of time. Thank you for your comment. And there is Barry Gray, got mine. Congratulations. And there's Deborah. NetSpend is what I have, and I got mine the day after Biden signed the bill. Congratulations. So I have some people who have NetSpend, and you see here, Deborah got it that Friday, last Friday, a week ago from today. I have some viewers who have not gotten on NetSpend, and I have some viewers who got it on Wednesday from NetSpend. So this is sort of an example of where we are. Things just show up at different times for different people. Ibuprofen helps, says Ashley. What about American Express card, says Abe Eugene. Yes, I've had some American Express card, which sometimes are underwritten by MetaBank, and some viewers have gotten that. So thank you for your question. There's Patricia. I got the second one for $600, but not the $1,400. I didn't change my info. My sister got hers, same bank. Common message. I have countless viewers where the family member got the stimulus check. They didn't. They don't know why. They did and they didn't. Stay calm. It's going to come. Don't worry. Then, and there's Trish. It has nothing to do with Biden. It has to do with the banks. That's very well said. That's very well said. But understand the The Direct Express card is a government issued card that's underwritten by a bank. So it's slightly different when we're talking about a federal instrument for receiving your federal benefits is not working. And understand, as we go into Friday evening, no viewer on the Direct Express card has yet to see any payment of their stimulus check. Had they not used the Direct Express card and had used banks like Chime or Bank America, they may have received it already. Because I have people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad Benefits who has received it on Bank America and Chime, but no one has reported receiving it yet from the Direct Express card. And yet, also not yet arriving is the Help Is Here tour. The Help Is Here tour is, taking a little break. So I will hopefully have the president's live comments coming up shortly because the help is here, but it's just not live yet. Let me jump into more of your comments. How about fixing get my payment tool, says Dennis. That's a very good message. If we're going to use a tool and we're going to cite the tool all the time, not me, but the federal government, then perhaps they should fix it. The Get My Payment tool has been a debacle since middle of 2020. It's not like it went bad just this week. It has always been bad. Heath tips. I qualified for stimulus checks, but I've not received yet the first two checks. I've not received this one yet. The first two checks came quickly. I've had viewers who got the first check quickly, got the second one slow, and got the third one quickly. So it's just all very different across the board. Thank you for your comment. For the first time, we received the full amount on time, says Sokum. Well, congratulations. That's great news, Sokum. Good for you. And let me see what else everyone's saying. We appreciate everything you do, LA. I thank you that. Thank you, Elizabeth. Make sure you hit that like button. I live in Cleveland, Tennessee, says Diane. And the message I'm getting is that they're trying to get our checks out for another 3 weeks. Yes, if you go to the Direct Express website, there's a lot of chatter. Now, we have strange chatter across the board. We have strange chatter that it's coming on Tuesday and Monday and Wednesday. It's all gossipy at the moment, but ultimately the best messenger is you. The viewers of this channel, when you start to have messages, that's how I can deliver it to the rest of the viewers. And let me give you the big update where we are at the 32-minute mark. Hey, good afternoon. How are you? One more live recording on Afternoons LA coming up right after this about the Direct Express card. If you're wondering where that $1,400 third stimulus check is, and it is past 5 o'clock in the evening where you live, this is what you should think. It may still post tomorrow. Tomorrow is a bank day in which funds are received on Friday or early in the week can post. So you can see stimulus checks post all throughout Saturday, and I will be live with you, and we will see what happens. That's the first thing. Second, we're starting to see in the last 2 hours where people are showing pending status of a stimulus check on the Direct Express card. Great news. We're also seeing people get the stimulus check by paper check in the mail since Thursday. Also great news. And then finally, the president's about to address the country about the help is here. And that all stimulus checks would come within 10 days. Well, he said on Tuesday that we'd reach 100 million shots and 100 million checks within 10 days, but yet no one on SSI and SSDI, Social Security, or Railroad Benefits who uses the Direct Express card has yet to see anything post. One of his claims was it's important to effectuate that money gets where it needs to get as quickly as possible, and this is where it has gotten. Citizen Bank has released the funds to viewers of this channel. Viewers have also gotten the funds when they bank at PNG, Bancorp, Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People's United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, USAA, Union Bank, MetaBank, Amex Bluebird, Navy Federal, Wells, Chase, and H&R Block Emerald Card. So much happening in a big day. And guess what? I got more videos coming up on the second half hour of Afternoons LA. That video from the White House talking about they have achieved in their first 100 days. We have more about that statement from the White House communications director about the arrival of the stimulus check. And we'll be waiting for that live feed from the White House as the president addresses your stimulus that is landing for some. Help is here. We'll begin shortly. Well, let's just hope the help begins quickly. I will be back in just a few minutes as Afternoons LA goes into its final half hour. Thank you for joining me. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. And I'll see you back in just 5 minutes from now as Afternoons LA continues. Stay here and stay with LA for more.